Throughout history, music has been created to convey a variety of human emotions. Emotions like joy, anger, sadness, melancholy, etc. We've channeled these feelings through instruments and voice, allowing music to tell stories and express the depths of our souls. But what happens when a song's meaning and the emotion it was intended to convey are overtaken by a horrible, real-world event? Well, this has happened more times than you'd think. Songs that were once seemingly calming, uplifting, or full of joy have been hijacked by tragic events and given a much darker reputation. Today, we'll cover 3 cases where songs became forever linked to heartbreaking moments in history. Nearer, My God to Thee was a Christian hymn written by Sarah Flower Adams in 1841 and composed by Lowell Mason in 1846. The hymn was based on a passage from the Bible, specifically Genesis 28:11-13, where Jacob dreams of a ladder stretching from earth to heaven. The hymn speaks of finding comfort and solace in God during times of danger and duress, as well as seeking peace in the face of impending death. It was a beautiful song of hope, often sung in church services or as part of religious gatherings. However, the legacy of this song would change forever when on the night of April 15, 1912, the RMS Titanic collided with an iceberg and sank. It is said that during the sinking of the Titanic, the orchestra continued playing to calm the passengers and provide some sense of normalcy amid the chaos. Many survivors later reported that one of the final songs played by the orchestra before the ship sank was Nearer, My God to Thee. Among those who spoke of hearing the song was English scientist Lawrence Beasley, who described being deeply moved as the ship sank beneath him. But it's important to note that, given the lack of recorded audio at the time, there is no definitive proof that the song was actually played. Nonetheless, the hymn became synonymous with the Titanic disaster. In the 1997 movie Titanic, there is actually a scene where the orchestra plays the song. Initially hesitant to continue playing music, the orchestra begins playing the song, coming to the realization that this would likely be their final performance ever. The emotional weight of this association is hard to overstate. Imagine hearing a song meant to offer peace and comfort in the face of death while you're faced with one of the most horrific maritime disasters in history. Today, Nearer, My God to Thee has become a symbol of tragedy and a poignant reminder of the Titanic's doomed voyage. The sound of the orchestra playing as the ship sank has embedded itself into the cultural memory, making this hymn forever linked with one of the most devastating events in history. She's Always a Woman was a song by Billy Joel released in 1977 as part of the album The Stranger. It was a love song written for Billy's then-wife, Elizabeth Weber, capturing the nuances of a romantic relationship. The lyrics spoke of a woman whose imperfections were part of her charm, and it resonated with many listeners as a celebration of love and acceptance. By October of the following year, it peaked at number 17 on the US charts and was well liked for its gentle tone and poignant reflection on relationships.
The building, and as fire crews are descending on this area, it does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
It looks like a second plane.
However, She's Always a Woman would take on an entirely new, chilling meaning decades later. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, at 8:46 a.m., a Boeing 767 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The impact caused a massive explosion, engulfing the area in flames and smoke. Hundreds died instantly, and hundreds more were trapped in the building. Soon thereafter, the same outcome would befall the South Tower, with a second Boeing airplane striking it. As chaos unfolded inside the towers, many people were left with no choice but to leap to their deaths in a desperate attempt to escape the inferno. Amid the turmoil, one of the most haunting elements of that tragic day was the sound of music. In the Austin J. Tobin Plaza, the area between the towers, the melody of She's Always a Woman could be heard. While the song was played in the South Tower lobby, it became surreal to hear such a beautiful, intimate tune amid the unimaginable destruction. The contrast between the song's loving tone and the terror unfolding around it created an eerie and unsettling atmosphere. For those present, it was an experience they would never forget. A cameraman named Jack Terlercio filmed the scene, capturing footage of the plaza with the melody of Billy Joel's song playing eerily over the sounds of falling debris. Watching the footage, it's almost impossible to process how such a beautiful, romantic tune could exist alongside such devastation. It's one of those moments when music, meant to evoke joy, becomes a painful reminder of a tragic, unforgettable day. Funky Town was a disco funk hit released by the American band Lips Inc. in March 1980. Written and produced by Steven Greenberg, the song became a worldwide sensation, topping charts across the globe. Its infectious rhythm and upbeat tempo made it a party anthem and a symbol of escape, capturing the desire to leave behind the mundane and head to a vibrant, exciting place where life was full of energy and fun. For years, it was played in clubs, on radios, and at celebrations, bringing a sense of life and energy to every room it entered. But like other songs on the list, Funky Town would gain an entirely different association, one that would forever change its legacy. In 2016, a shocking video began circulating on the internet, showing a horrific scene of torture, widely believed to involve a victim of a cartel. The details of the video are too gruesome to dive into here, but suffice it to say, it was one of the most disturbing shock videos to ever make its rounds. What made it even more unsettling was that the song Funky Town could be heard playing in the background during the entire ordeal. The contrast between the upbeat, danceable rhythm of Funky Town and the barbaric violence depicted in the video was jarring. The song, which had once represented joy and escape, now took on a dark, macabre context. It became forever associated with the brutal, heart-wrenching crime, forever altering the perception of what had once been a carefree party anthem. It's an unsettling reality that even the most innocent and lighthearted songs can have their meanings rewritten when they're linked to real-world horrors. In this case, Funky Town, a song that had symbolized fun and freedom, had become an inescapable reminder of cruelty and pain.